Now for that always enlightening car care advice, it's time for our weekly session with MotorWeek's top tech, Pat Goss.
John, this time we're going to talk about something that I'm a big fan of. Our letter is from Tim Springer of Hollywood, Maryland, who has a '92 Ford Taurus, and he's been servicing the transmission the old-fashioned way. He's heard that only changes half to a third of the fluid that's in the transmission, and he's also heard that flushing might be the way to go. Well, like I said, this is something I'm a big fan of. Flushing automatic transmissions on a regular basis. But you've got to be careful because there are two types of flush machines out there. One of them does not remove the transmission pan. It flushes the transmission through the cooling lines. I don't really like that way of doing it. I prefer a unit like this one made by Auto Tool Corporation, which has this adapter that goes on in place of the filter once the transmission pan has been removed. Now, this does a very good job. It flushes it through the valve body just like the fluid normally flows. Now, why is this important? Well, if you don't remove the transmission pan, you wouldn't be able to tell that your transmission filter was showing signs of deterioration inside the transmission, like this one with the small particles of metal in it. Tells you that, hey, you better have something checked on this. If you do it the other way, where you don't take the pan off, well, you could wind up only knowing when it is disaster, like this, full of metal particles and parts of the transmission that have been completely chewed up. So, yes, look for the machine that removes the transmission pan. You get a new filter, a new gasket, you get a proper job, but take it a step further. Before you let any technician work on your transmission, open your owner's manual, see if your vehicle requires a specific transmission fluid, one that's made especially for your year, make, and model and the type of transmission that it has. Believe it or not, we have a collection here of specialty fluids. These are vehicle-specific products that must be used. If your technician is not aware of this and uses a generic fluid, you could wind up with a situation where you actually damage the transmission instead of helping it. If you have a question or a comment, write to me. If I use your letter, I'll send you a MotorWeek t-shirt. The address is MotorWeek, Owings Mills, Maryland, 21117.